As Gautama Buddha once wisely said, "The root of suffering is attachment." Have you ever felt bound by your emotions, tethered to people or things that no longer serve you? It's a common human experience, but what if there was a way to free yourself from these chains? The wisdom of Gautama Buddha offers a path to emotional liberation. It's not about severing connections coldly, but about finding a balance where peace and love can flourish without the weight of dependency. Stay tuned as we reveal 5 timeless Buddhist rules that could transform your relationships and lead you to a serene state of mind. It's all about learning the art of letting go, with kindness and wisdom guiding the way. 1. Understanding impermanence, anicca. It is a core Buddhist teaching that all conditions, whether they are physical objects, emotions, or thoughts, are transient and subject to change. This principle is one of the 3 marks of existence in Buddhism, alongside suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. The concept of anicca suggests that nothing in the universe has a permanent, solid core. Everything we experience, including our own self, is in a constant state of flux. Our bodies, feelings, perceptions, and even consciousness are not static. They are ever-changing phenomena. By recognizing the impermanent nature of all things, we can reduce our attachment to them. Attachment leads to suffering because it is based on the false belief that things can provide lasting satisfaction or that they will remain unchanged. When we cling to people, possessions, or ideas, we set ourselves up for disappointment and pain when they inevitably change or disappear. Meditation is a practice through which one can observe the reality of impermanence. By focusing on the breath or bodily sensations, one can witness the arising and passing of experiences, leading to a deeper understanding that nothing is permanent. This insight helps to cultivate a more peaceful and accepting attitude towards life's inevitable changes. Ultimately, embracing impermanence allows us to live more fully in the present moment, appreciate the transient beauty of life, and develop compassion for others who are also subject to the same universal truth of change. It is a liberating realization that can lead to the end of suffering and the attainment of enlightenment. 2. Practicing non-attachment, anatta. It is a fundamental aspect of Buddhist philosophy that encourages the release of attachment to both the physical and mental aspects of existence. The term anatta, which means non-self or no soul, refers to the understanding that there is no unchanging, permanent self or essence in any phenomenon. In Buddhism, attachment is seen as a root cause of suffering. It leads to craving, clinging, and grasping, which in turn results in dissatisfaction and unhappiness. The practice of non-attachment is not about renouncing the world or its pleasures, but rather about developing a balanced state of mind that remains equanimous in the face of life's ups and downs. To practice non-attachment, one must cultivate mindfulness and awareness, observing thoughts and emotions without getting entangled in them. This allows individuals to respond to situations with clarity and wisdom, rather than reacting out of habit or desire. Non-attachment also involves understanding the impermanent nature of all things, which aligns with the concept of anicca, another core Buddhist teaching. By acknowledging that everything is subject to change, one can reduce the grip of attachment and experience a greater sense of freedom. The ultimate goal of practicing non-attachment is to achieve inner peace and enlightenment. It is a path that leads away from the cycle of rebirth and suffering, known as samsara, towards the realization of nirvana, the state of ultimate liberation. In summary, practicing non-attachment is about letting go of the need to control and possess, and instead embracing a life of simplicity, mindfulness, and compassion towards all beings. It is a transformative process that fosters a deep connection with the true nature of reality, free from the constraints of ego and self-identity. 3. Cultivating loving-kindness, metta. In Buddhism, it is the practice of developing a mental state of unconditional love and goodwill towards all beings. Metta, which means loving-kindness in Pali, is not merely an emotion, but a way of relating to others and oneself with compassion and empathy. The practice begins with oneself, as it is believed that without a sense of kindness and love for oneself, it is difficult to extend these feelings to others. From there, metta radiates outwards to loved ones, friends, acquaintances, strangers, and even those with whom one has conflict. Metta is considered a protective and healing force. It softens the mind and heart, opening the practitioner to a deeper connection with the suffering of others and fostering a desire to alleviate it. It is also seen as a way to overcome anger, resentment, and ill will. The cultivation of metta involves regular meditation practices where one recites specific phrases or holds intentions that evoke feelings of loving kindness. These phrases may include wishes for safety, happiness, health, and ease of well-being for oneself and others. As a fundamental aspect of the Buddhist path, metta is one of the 4 Brahmaviharas, or divine abodes, which also include compassion, karuna, sympathetic joy, mudita, and equanimity, upekkha. Together, these practices lead to the development of a heart that is open, joyful, and equanimous, regardless of the external circumstances. In essence, metta is about changing one's heart attitude towards a more loving and benevolent stance, transforming interpersonal relationships, and enhancing one's spiritual journey towards enlightenment. It is a powerful practice that can bring about profound changes in how one views the self and the world. 4. Embracing compassion, karuna. In Buddhism, it is the heartfelt wish to alleviate suffering in others. Karuna, which translates to compassion in Sanskrit and Pali, is not just a feeling of sympathy or empathy. It's an active state of mind that propels one to take positive action to help those in distress. Compassion is a core value in Buddhism and is considered essential for achieving enlightenment. It is one of the 4 divine abodes, or Brahmaviharas, which are esteemed mental states that encourage beneficial actions and reduce harmful ones. The practice of karuna goes beyond mere understanding of others' pain. It involves a genuine desire to relieve it and is deeply tied to the interconnectedness of all beings. To cultivate karuna, Buddhists engage in practices such as meditation, where they visualize taking on the suffering of others and sending out relief and happiness. This practice is not limited to Buddhists. It is a universal quality that anyone can develop to foster a more compassionate world. Moreover, karuna is intrinsically linked with wisdom, prajna. Wisdom leads to compassion, and compassion, in turn, deepens wisdom. They are like 2 wings that allow one to soar to the heights of spiritual awakening, or 2 eyes that see deeply into the nature of reality. In practical terms, karuna is expressed through acts of kindness, charitable work, and any effort aimed at reducing the suffering of others. It also involves self-compassion, recognizing one's own suffering and treating oneself with the same kindness and understanding extended to others. In essence, karuna is about transforming one's heart and actions to be in harmony with the noblest aspirations of Buddhism, reducing suffering and promoting the well-being of all sentient beings. It is a powerful practice that not only benefits others, but also enriches the practitioner's own spiritual journey. 5. Seeking wisdom, prajna. It is a profound Buddhist principle that embodies the pursuit of deep understanding and insight into the nature of reality. Prajna, often translated as wisdom, is not just intellectual knowledge, but the intuitive apprehension of the true nature of all phenomena. In Buddhism, wisdom is the direct realization of the 3 marks of existence: impermanence, anicca, suffering, dukkha, and non-self, anatta. It is also associated with the understanding of emptiness, shunyata, in Mahayana traditions, which refers to the absence of an inherent independent essence in all things. The cultivation of prajna is considered essential on the path to enlightenment. It is developed through practices such as meditation, which sharpens the mind's ability to see things as they truly are, beyond the distortions of personal bias and emotional reactivity. This wisdom is not bound by conceptual knowledge and must be intimately experienced to be fully understood. Prajna is also one of the 6 paramitas, perfections, in Mahayana Buddhism, which are qualities to be cultivated to achieve Buddhahood. As a parameter, it is the perfection of wisdom that allows one to cut through delusion and touch the heart of reality. In practical terms, prajna involves a shift from a self-centered view to a more expansive and interconnected perspective. It encourages the practitioner to question deeply held beliefs and assumptions, leading to a transformation in understanding and behavior. Ultimately, prajna is about the liberation from ignorance and the awakening to the true nature of existence. It is the wisdom that leads to compassion, ethical conduct, and the profound peace of nirvana. By seeking wisdom, one moves beyond mere knowledge to a state of profound clarity and understanding. In the dance of life, where change is the only constant, these 5 Buddhist rules serve as a guide to emotional balance and inner peace. By understanding impermanence, practicing non-attachment, cultivating loving-kindness, embracing compassion, and seeking wisdom, we can navigate the complexities of relationships with grace. These principles are not just teachings, they are tools for transformation, leading us to a place where we can relate to the world and its inhabitants with a heart full of love and a mind free from the shackles of attachment. This is the essence of emotional freedom. Elevate your spirit with the timeless wisdom of Buddha. Subscribe to Buddhism Bliss for a tranquil journey through mindfulness and enlightenment. Click subscribe and awaken to bliss with every video. Your path to peace awaits.